Okay. Yeah, okay, so I didn't think that I would ever make this video or actually, you know, let the comments get to me. But I read them. I read all the comments and I read what people say. I see it all, you know, fat face, you look 35. And then one that really, really stung was, nasty Nikki, more like fatty Nikki. And that's what led me to getting Botox at the age of 21. Psych. I'm just kidding. I did get Botox. It's not clickbait. I'm not joking around about that. That's not what I'm psyching about. Those comments have nothing to do with why I got Botox, but they gave me a good laugh, so thank you. Also, it's Nikki Nasty, not Nasty Nikki, so then it would be not Fatty Nikki, but Nikki Fatty. So, you know, just please get it right next time. It's been almost a week now since I have gotten the Botox. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you me getting the procedure itself, why I got Botox, how I found my doctor, how much it even cost. Basically anything that you can think of, I tried to include in this video. Spoiler alert, the reason that I got Botox was not necessarily for cosmetic reasons, but more of a medical issue that has been eating me alive slowly and has reduced my quality of life significantly. Okay, before I tell you where I got Botox, why I got Botox, all of that, make sure that you subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure you have your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. Okay. For anybody who has been subscribed to me for a while or follows me on social media would probably know that I have migraines, and I have them like all the time. Whew, like the past month or two even, I've been getting migraines at least 2 to 4 times a week. You can imagine how much I am basically losing of my life because of that and how debilitating that is for me. It took me a while to narrow down why I was having migraines. I tried to check my diet, my sleep, stress levels, all of that, and I've come to terms with some process of elimination and kind of some really obvious factors that I was getting migraines because I clenched my jaw. I knew that I had jaw problems, and I knew this for a very, very, very long time. I went to the dentist, they told me I have it, I feel it, I'm in constant pain, and whenever I would have the migraines, they always started in this area, which is very weird because, you know, you think of a headache as in here, but my headaches always started with my face. And specifically this whole area. I had a saying before that I needed to take time off of YouTube for a little bit to like unclench my butthole. Yeah, I did that, but I just simply can't unclench my jaw, okay? I just simply can't unclench. And I know that me clenching my jaw is definitely stress and anxiety related because, I mean, who wouldn't be extremely stressed out during a pandemic and when their mom gets diagnosed with 2 cancers and you're graduating college? Yeah, I feel like I'm justified to be a little bit stressed, but I knew it was especially bad when I realized that I broke my night guard and I cracked it. A whole ass plastic night guard. Okay, I have to record in front of a camera, and also I have a podcast, so I'm speaking constantly, and that just so happened to trigger a lot of my migraines. And I initially thought that this was something mental that was going on with me, that I couldn't speak for long periods of time without mentally getting unwell and then getting a migraine, but I realized that it was a lot deeper than that. It was a lot more physical than I realized and not as much mental. The day that I got the Botox, earlier on, I had a migraine, like already in the morning, just because I was clenching so hard in my sleep. I'm currently laying in a pile of laundry because I never put it away, but it's a good spot to lay. That rhymed. Hi, kitty. Oh my god, she always knows when I don't feel good. Please come to me, please. Oh my god. I made Gigi Hadid's vodka pasta and I can't eat it because I'm so nauseous and feel so sick. I think I might cry. Maybe it'll help me feel better. Maybe it'll release the pressure. I feel better. The nausea medicine kicked in. Don't mind my hair. I couldn't do it this morning. I will, just not right now. My cat climbed from here to there, knocked that plant down. Why do you do that? Stop. And the only thing that helped me was taking 2 Excedrin migraine pills and a prescription anti-nausea pill, but I don't want to be on pills for my entire life, especially when this is happening so often. Like, that's just not good for you to constantly be taking Excedrin migraines, not to mention how much caffeine is in them, and I'm already caffeine sensitive, so you can see how this is just an endless cycle of me feeling like shit. And see, I knew about getting Botox in your TMJ area, your masseter muscle, in the past. I knew of this to help jaw clenching and teeth grinding, but I just never clicked that like I could get it. Additionally, I never thought that I could even afford it, so I was like, that's completely out of the picture because I knew that insurance wasn't gonna cover it. On top of that, it was affecting my sleep so bad because I would wake up in the middle of the night clenching my teeth together so hard and just being in pain in the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure it's a big reason as to why I was waking up late a lot of the time, because I don't think I was ever getting a full night's rest. And having my sleep be less than perfect or ideal is a big no-no to me. So that brings me in today's sponsor, Brooklinen. Follow me to my bed. Come on. Come into my bed. Come. Hi guys. Did you know that you spend 1/3 of your entire life in your sheets? Why would you want to be uncomfortable? With all the migraines that I have been having recently, I would say that I've actually been in my bed for 75% of my life. I have been looking for a long time for some nice, comfortable, cotton, white, good quality sheets, and I finally found that with Brooklinen. And one of Brooklinen's goals is to actually make comfortable and luxury sheets without the actual luxury markup, which I love because we love a good steal on this channel. I'm being serious though, for someone who has had chronic pain, and if you suffer with chronic pain, you know how important it is to feel comfortable, especially when you're in your own bed, because the worst thing that could happen is when you're trying to relax and be comfortable and something is itchy, uncomfortable, not the right material, hot, just it's not I've also been loving their clothing. Look at this zip up, look at these shorts, look at this robe, look at this sweatshirt. I've been actually living in them and they are so ridiculously comfy. I love a good lounge set because I refuse to wear jeans. If you go to brooklinen.com and use my code Nicole25 at checkout, you can actually get $25 off of your order of $100, which is a massive steal, and I want you guys to be comfortable and enjoy your life in bed in more ways than one. Go check them out, and thank you so much, Brooklinen, for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to sleep right on camera. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Good night. I'm not getting my makeup on my pillow. One night, when I'm not feeling so good, scrolling through TikTok, as I usually do when I'm not feeling so good, I stumbled across a video of a girl getting Botox in her jaw area to help with jaw clenching. After that, I decided to do a lot of research. I decided that it was the perfect fit for me. So in the next coming clips, I'm gonna be showing you some videos of me actually getting it done. I will be putting needle warnings on the screen because I know some of you don't like needles. Say thank you, Nicole. You're welcome. My doctor explains what he was doing, why he was doing it, how it's gonna help, so you can hear it from an actual doctor's mouth and not just me, a literal YouTuber who goes by the nickname Nikki Nasty. I understand why you might not want to take my advice. I did want to point out that I had a lot of anxiety about taking off my mask to get this done. I have not been at a doctor's office and taken off my mask in a very, very long time. It's been a literal year. Even when I was in the office and going to my consultation, I felt like I was gonna back out. Like I was like, oh, I don't even feel comfortable taking off my mask. Like maybe I should just hold off for a few months until perhaps I can get vaccinated, because I just feel, I don't know how I feel about doing this. Like I just feel like a crappy person. I tell my mom this and then she looks at me and she goes, are you stupid? Except it was all in Polish. So she goes, jesteś głupia. And I was like, yeah, kind of. She was like, Nicole, you're suffering. You've been suffering with migraines. It's debilitating. And then I remembered, you're right. There are literal influencers and people who are going out, not wearing masks, hanging out with a bunch of people, being extremely irresponsible. And here I am feeling extremely guilty for not wearing a mask in front of my mom and a doctor for getting a procedure that will help improve my quality of life. That's anxiety. Please keep that in mind in the future clip where you see me maskless.
So what we'll be doing is treating the hypertrophy or enlargement of your masseter muscles. And that can cause a lot of people pain in their temporomandibular joint, sometimes migraines, from clenching. And especially inadvertent clenching. Clenching at night,
Yes.
grinding of teeth, all that. I already examined you. I can see that you have pretty substantial hypertrophy of your masseter muscles. So what we're going to do is a little bit of neurotoxin, Newtox, and we're going to try to weaken that muscle just a little bit. Not so much that it has a negative influence on your chewing, but just so that it kind of weakens that muscle so it's not as forceful of a grind. And also as a benefit too, it can give a little bit of shaping and a little bit of narrowing to the angle of the jaw area. Now we're also going to start with a relatively low dose, especially someone who's never tried it before. It's my approach to start low, because if you get a great result with a low amount of neurotoxin, then we have set you on a path where you really don't need a ton of neurotoxin all the time. The caveat being, if you're not getting a great result from a low amount, we just may have to increase it.
Great.
All right?
You said 7.5 today?
For
each side.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah, I think you said last week, you were like, oh yeah, your master muscle is thick.
Absolutely. There is no question that as soon as I examine you, I could tell that you definitely are, and obviously inadvertently, grinding your teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, you said it's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of jaw muscles.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm just going to wipe away some of this topical numbing cream. And then what I'm going to ask you to do in just a moment is I'm going to ask you to clench so that I can actually feel the muscle, and that way I can inject directly into it.
Okay.
So you feel a couple pinches. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, bite. Perfect. Little pinch. That's perfect.
Yeah, that barely hurt.
You are tough. Go ahead, bite. I'm going to do one more spot. Go ahead, bite. Good. Relax and bite. Perfect.
Yeah, no, that didn't feel like anything.
I think you're just tough.
Probably.
So you turn this side up.
So does that help, like putting it in different spots of the muscle?
It does. Okay, go ahead, bite. Good. Relax. Good bite. Perfect. All right, you did great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for letting me do this.
No
This is so fun.
problem.
I never ever record with other people.
Oh, really?
Ever. Ever.
Well, I'm glad you feel comfortable.
Thank you.
So it's going to take a couple weeks for it to set in.
Okay.
And then by 6 weeks, we should see a meaningful effect.
Gotcha.
And if at that time it's still not doing what we want it to do, it is worth at least once trying a heavier dose
Okay.
and then see if that's giving us the effect we want it to.
Gotcha.
And if that's not really doing what we want it to, the issue might be deeper into the joint itself.
Right.
And it may be something more intrinsic to the joint, and it's not something that fixing the masseter
Yeah.
can really help.
I hear some people feel like after like 4 to 5 days that they even feel relief. Is that
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions?
No. Thank you. Thank you, Mom. So I want to tell you about how I found my doctor. My mom is actually currently seeing a plastic surgeon because he's helping her with some cancer reconstruction, and he's amazing. I've been to every single appointment that she's been to, and he has been nothing but an incredible doctor through and through, genuinely cares about his patients, especially at a time of cancer, you know what I mean? So when I came in for my mom's appointment last week, I decided to just bring it up to him, and I didn't think that he actually did Botox or any facial surgery, because a lot of what he does is more so body stuff, boobies, you know? And he actually told me that he does it himself. If I'm comfortable with it, he's done it many times. He's done it to his family, he's done it to his friends, he's done it to clients, he's done it to many, many people. Like, this is something that he does in his practice. And immediately I was like, absolutely, I trust this man so much. I've seen the care that he's done for my mom. I've seen his work for other things online, and I feel like I can really trust this person, and I would love to be in his care. So absolutely. He asked me if he could feel my jaw and he comes over to me and he like puts his finger over here and he asked me to bite down, and when I did, he goes, oh wow. It felt so validating, because at least my experience with a lot of doctors, I've felt so invalidated and so unheard, and to have a doctor who actually just listened to what I was saying, understood me, and was like, no, you are obviously in pain, that was so great to hear. He basically told me I would be a perfect candidate for this, and he was very, very open and upfront and was like, this could not work for you. If it doesn't work for you, it might be something deeper, and you may have to see an oral surgeon and get jaw surgery. I really, really did not want jaw surgery, so I was just crossing my fingers that Botox would work for me. What my doctor ended up giving me was 7.5 units on each side, so a total of 15. And I was like, wow, that is really low. But that shit's effective. I actually didn't get Botox, I actually got Newtox, which is, I guess, a newer version, pretty much the same thing as Botox. My doctor described it that it's pretty much the same thing as like Coke versus Pepsi. It's just a different brand, but it's cheaper, and he uses it himself and his clients use it themselves and they don't notice a difference. And some people even say that Newtox even lasts longer. And I trusted his judgment and I was like, that's awesome. So he told me that Botox costs $13 while Newtox costs $11 per unit. Every single doctor's office will be different. I ended up paying $165 versus the $195 I would have paid with Botox. And then on top of that, because I signed up for a rewards program, I got $40 off. So I only paid $125 to get it all done, which is obviously a large sum of money, but for not having migraines for an extended period of time, that is priceless. Pain levels. Honestly, it was a very, very, very tiny pinch, virtually painless. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, genuinely a 2. Right after immediately it was done, I started noticing like just like a little twinge of pain like right by my ear and my jaw. But that pretty much went away. How long does it last? Okay, so I was told that if I am feeling like I may need a little bit more, I can come back in 6 weeks and we can just add a tiny bit more. But I've been seeing some mixed things just generally on how your body metabolizes it, depending on how fast your metabolism is really. I have a pretty average metabolism. I'm not very fast, not very slow. So from what I'm hearing, estimating every 4 to 6 months, sometimes pushing it a little bit longer even. But if this is something that I see that works for me, I will have to get this pretty much for the rest of my life because I will pretty much always have this problem. How I felt right after. Okay, so I did get a quick video of me because I was in so much shock. When we left the office, I told my mom and I was like, you're really not gonna believe me, and it might sound fake or like it's a placebo, but I genuinely feel better. Usually at this point in the day, I have a headache. I usually have this like really strong tension, especially right around here. I don't have that today, and I talked the same amount as always. The best way to describe it is I felt like a weight was lifted off of my face, honestly. I felt like I wasn't being like held and chained down with my jaw. I felt like it was actually genuinely relaxed. Before, when I would clench my jaw down and I would feel this muscle here, it was just so rock hard and tight, and now I feel like it's almost weakening and trembling and struggling to clench as hard. In a few days, I'm gonna come back to this video, give an update, anything new that's happened, any changes, how I feel. Maybe I'll look even hotter than I do now. Who knows? Okay, see you soon. Bye. So, it has been almost a week now since I have gotten Botox in my jaw. I will say that I do feel different in my face than I did a few days ago. As you could probably see in the previous clips, I was like overjoyed, elated. I was extremely happy because I felt like I just had so much relief in my face. And don't get me wrong, I still feel amazing. I don't have pain. I have not had a single headache nor migraine since I've gotten the Botox done, which is insane to me. But I will say that I do already feel a little bit different. I think the first day and even the second day, I felt very numb in this area still. It quite literally felt like what Botox does, which is kind of paralyzing the muscle. Even the next morning when I woke up, I couldn't believe it that every single time I woke up in the middle of the night, I had my mouth open. Like my lips were closed, but my teeth were not touching, and it was just such a comfortable like placement in my mouth that I was not used to. I know that sounds like very weird, but for anyone who like struggles with this knows exactly what I'm talking about. I woke up and my entire face just felt so relaxed, like it never had before. And now that it's almost been a week later, I don't feel that same like paralyzation or numbness that I felt before. I'm not in pain, but I do sometimes feel that my jaw is like a little bit tired. I fell asleep the other night for an hour without my night guard, and I woke up and my teeth were not in excruciating pain, which normally they are. Biting down is not an issue. I don't have an issue like eating my food or anything like that. However, when I try and clench my jaw, like there's a difference between making a fist and then clenching your fist. When I try and clench my jaw, I can only do one side at a time. I can't do both like I could before. The muscle, when I would touch it here before, I could just like physically grab the muscle that was like protruding from me clenching my jaw, and now I don't have that anymore. Like, it is significantly weaker and smaller. Like I said before, I got 15 units previously, and I've been seeing a lot of people online be like, oh, I get 30 units total or I get 50 units total and it lasts me like 6 months. I can understand if I may need more, especially because my case was kind of intense where I really needed this. Now, I do respect the hell out of my doctor though, because he wanted to give me a small amount to see if this would even help. Because if he was going to give me 50 units, I would have paid over $500 for this, for it to last like 6 months, but it could have not even worked for me because I could have needed a different procedure done. You know what I mean? My looks. Okay. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh my God, I think I look so different, because people might literally look at me and be like, Nicole, no, you don't. But like my doctor even told me at my consultation, he was like, you're probably the only person that notices that you look the way that you look and you're not necessarily happy with it. Like I said, I did not get this procedure done for cosmetic purposes. However, something that came along with clenching my jaw that I didn't realize is that I started to look different. I noticed that my jaw was getting more and more swollen in this area, and I couldn't just pinpoint it when I was looking in the mirror what I felt like was off. As confident as I may be, and as much as I preach self-love and confidence, it is difficult when you are recording yourself and editing your face for many hours of the week, and you see yourself and you notice that something is off and you look a little bit different and something isn't right. I genuinely don't care if the comments say, Nicole, you look no different. And even touching my face right here, I feel like this area is so significantly less swollen and harsh. I don't know, I've just been feeling really confident. Like whenever I look into the mirror, I just feel better, and I do feel like something is different, and my family has been saying I look different, and my boyfriend says I look different, and I feel better, which is the most important thing of all, is that I feel so much significantly better. It feels great to not have headaches. It feels great not to have migraines. Today's actually the first day that I felt like shit since doing so, which I'm used to feeling like shit very often. I had a cup of coffee today, and that caffeine sensitivity, it's really messing me up. But that's the only thing that, you know, but that's like, this is the first time that I feel like crap since my migraine that morning. I'm very happy that I did this. I love my doctor. I would give him a forehead kiss if I could. Final thoughts on getting Botox at 21 years old. It is worth it, and I will continue to do so for the rest of my life. If you like this video, make sure that you leave it a like because I will see out so much. And also comment down below, have you had Botox? Do you want to get Botox? Are you gonna become a Botox lady now like me? No, I'm being serious. If you had any experience with getting Botox for your jaw, please let me know because I love hearing other people's experiences, and for the most part, I've just seen a lot of positive responses, except if they had a shitty doctor. Make sure you subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure you have your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post, or else you are gross. If you want to follow me on my other social media like Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, it is at Nikki Nasty. I'm gonna go rethink my choices of saying that I want to give my plastic surgeon a forehead kiss. So, okay, good night.